Today I'm going to show you how to make the most versatile, tasty and easy sauces you're ever going to use for Chinese cooking. It's such a fast sauce to make up and so versatile in that you can use it for so many stir-fry dishes that you will find that you can use this weekday night. It takes about 10 minutes to prepare and cook. It's so fast. Today I'm going to pair this sauce up with some sprouting broccoli, some peppers, some onion, and obviously some ginger and some garlic. And this sauce will go so well with pretty much any stir fry that you can think of. It's got that fantastic umami flavour, that really mild oyster flavour, little hint of sweetness and that saltiness which brings everything together. So the first thing I'm going to do is finely dice my garlic. Now it's finely diced, I'm going to put it in a little bit of water. Now, if you've watched my previous video about how not to burn garlic, this is a great tip. As the water is going to soak into the garlic, it gives you that little bit of a buffer when we start to stir fry it. So it won't burn. Fine pieces of garlic burn so easily. This really is a big help. Next thing I'm going to do is slice up my ginger. I'm going to use about this much. We call that a thumb-sized piece of ginger, I suppose. With skin on. That's a good question. Do you guys leave the skin on your ginger or do you peel it off first? Okay. I'm going to use half an onion for this dish, so half goes away like that, and then I'm just going to finely slice it like so. And here we have our long stem broccoli. What I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to take just trim the ends off. And then I'm going to chop them into sort of bite-sized pieces, like so. Couple of cuts, there we go. And finally our peppers. I'm going to use half from each, essentially one pepper. If you're not going to be able to use them up, just use one pepper. I like to use a bit of variety in the colour. If that's wasteful for you, just use one pepper and use it all up. I know that I'm going to be using up the remainder of the peppers in recipes I'm going to do within the next 24 hours, so I'm not going to put anything to waste. So to deseed it, I just pull out this bit here, which takes out most of the seeds. And the same with this one. And I'm just going to chop them up so they're still quite chunky. Want to hold some bite. What I love about peppers is their sweetness and the bite that you get from them. Just going to take out the pith. I think you call that the pith, the white bits, the sort of fibrousy bits, which we don't want. And there we go. Now onto the start of our show, the oyster sauce. What we're going to do is pre-mix it so that when we get to the stir fry, there's no faffing around reaching for oyster sauce, soy sauce and all that sort of thing. We've got it to hand where we just pour it in at the correct moment, and that makes our stir fry perfect because we're not overcooking it, we're not faffing around with timings, we're not forgetting stuff, and therefore we can make the stir fry as easy as possible. You see, cooking, yes, it is all about skill and knowledge, but when you put all the pieces together and all the techniques together, actually it's so easy, so simple and so logical, and this is one of the steps that's going to make your life so much easier. Okay, so we're going to put 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce into our little bowl. Sign of a quality oyster sauce is it's not runny, it's plenty gloopy. You don't want a runny one, honestly. Okay, I think that was a little bit short. I'm just going to put a little bit more in. The thing about oyster sauce is it's quite salty, so I'm not going to be actually adding any more salt to this dish. That keeps things simple. Now I've got 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce. Goes straight in. Half a teaspoon of sugar for a little bit of sweetness. Finally, I've got 4 or 5 tablespoons of cold water. It doesn't have to be exact. And I'm going to add to that 2 teaspoons of cornstarch or corn flour, depending on which side of the pond you're on. I'm going to mix the cornstarch into the water, and what this is going to do is going to instantly thicken the sauce when we pour the whole thing in at the end of the stir fry. So now I'm going to pour this into our soy sauce, oyster sauce and sugar mix. There you go. And give that a bit of a stir. So it looks like a cup of tea. It looks like tea. Don't get the two mixed up. You've been for a shock. Give it a good mix, make sure it's all combined. We'll give it a final stir before we pour it in. It's always a good idea, so I'm going to leave a teaspoon in there. Right, and now we're nearly ready for the stir fry. One final thing I'm going to do. The garlic has been soaked in the water for about half an hour now, so it should be well hydrated, which will give us that resistance to burning. Please check out the video, I'll leave a link in the description, about the whole technique of doing this and why we do it and how it's done. But basically that's it. One of my lovely viewers commented the fact that actually a lot of the goodness from the garlic and the flavour is now imparted into the water. So to avoid wasting that, what we can do is drain it into our sauce. Like I said before, the water in this particular sauce is quite an approximate amount. And because we have this quite big margin for error, we can add this water. I'm pretty sure during the stir fry I would have had to add a little bit more water. I still might. Let's see. Depending on how thick you want the sauce in your stir fry. So always have a little bit of water to hand. What I normally do is have some water freshly boiled in the kettle standing by. So if I need to add some water, we can add the hot water from the kettle without cooling down our stir fry too much, so that it gets back to temperature really quickly. Therefore it avoids making everything soggy and overcooked. Anyway, so now the garlic flavour and goodness is in the sauce, so we're not wasting anything. So whoever pointed that out, thank you very much. Really, really good tip. And now we've solved it. The garlic goes back in this little ramekin now, so all ready to use. It's stir fry time. Right guys, so I've got the wok nice and hot. Add in 2 to 3 tablespoons of cooking oil. As per usual, any good high temperature cooking oil will do. I'm going to put my ginger in first. Get that going. Then my garlic. That should be spitting because obviously there's water in there. Nice, get that up to temperature. As you can see, even under these temperatures, not burning. I'm going to pop in my peppers and a little bit of onion. Okay, we're going to give the peppers a bit of a head start because they're thicker. Now I can put in everything else, the broccoli and the onions. The smell already is incredible. And that's about the sauce. Okay, and now we just flip it. The beauty of long stem broccoli is the fact that because it is thinner than standard broccoli, it's going to cook that little bit quicker. If we were using standard broccoli, I'd probably steam it for a little bit. I've got a recipe to show you how to do that, so I'll put the link in the description below if you want to check that out. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to add any more salt, but I am going to put a little bit of black pepper in. What, 2 minutes in, and we're probably 3/4 of the way cooked. Okay, right. Last but not least, I'm going to stir up the sauce, make sure it's all in there. Whoop, look at that, bit of spillage. I'm going to pour it in. Okay. And that's going to help give a little bit of steam into the vegetables, cook it nicely, and that cornstarch will get going as soon as it boils up to thicken. You can see the sauce is beginning to thicken already, reduce even. What you can do this is optional, is add a little bit of Shaoxing rice wine or some dry white wine. Just a little splash, just to give it that little bit of flavour, if you are so inclined. Just going to taste the sauce a little. That is good. And I was right, you don't need the extra salt. The saltiness of the oyster sauce is plenty, it's just right. It's very easy to go over the top with salt in this dish. And guess what, that's done, guys. All done. Beautiful. There you go, guys. Broccoli and other vegetables in an amazing oyster sauce. Get your taste buds ready. I'm going to grab a little bit of broccoli. The flavours are all there. The oyster sauce, obviously, and that just has that really nice flavour. Oyster sauce is one of those flavours that's quite hard to put your finger on because it's not overtly oystery, if you know what I mean. If I was to give you this as a blind test and say what sort of sauce it is, I don't think you would say oyster as the main ingredient. I'm also getting the lovely flavours from the ginger and the garlic, which aren't overpowering. It just blends nicely into that oyster sauce and just gives it that extra depth. It always sounds a little bit pretentious when you talk about depth of flavour, but this is what it means when you have all those layers of flavour that when you put them together actually combine to make more than the sum of their parts. Does that make sense? In simple terms, it tastes gorgeous. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you use this sauce. What is your go-to sauce when you do a stir fry or when you do vegetables or whatever? What is your go-to sauce? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. And if there's anything interesting there that I haven't tried before, I will maybe make a video out of it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked the video or you found it useful, please give us a like. Subscribe if you haven't already to see more videos like this. I'm getting into my groove now. We're making loads of videos. And best of all, please leave me a comment. I always answer. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.